Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your presence as we begin our market overview from the Colibri team from 3rd of December. So, as usually, let's start from the Bitcoin and Ethereum review. I make some slides with the news from the worldwide that could be interesting for your attention. So the Fear and Greed index on the same level as we have in Monday, 28, still the market on a fear. Bitcoin has returned to the top 8 global assets on the market capitalization. Previously it was on a 3rd place, on a 10th place, sorry. So start to recover. Some interesting thought I will find in the internet with the opinion of one person, the Eric. He said that Bitcoin began to soar right the opening of trading in the US on the very first day after the ban on the purchase of the crypto ETFs for the clients. So he called this like a vanguard effect. Bitcoin, USDT, Dent, Link, and DOT are currently trending on the social media very actively. Please be careful with the coin with the name Dent USDT, because I got some information that it will be delisted from the Binance. So if we will look at the chart of this coin for a few seconds, we can see that it is not in a good condition and not maybe the right time to invest money on this coin. Yeah, so it looks very weak. Ethereum, 148.7 million worth of Ethereums were purchased across all the exchanges at the opening of the US stock market. So this news corresponds to the previous one. And the open interest in the Ethereum futures jumped in 13% in a matter of minutes. So this is the part of the chart from the trading view. So the open interest briefly is the total number of all active futures contracts for an asset. The impact of rising open interest in the market is the more positions a capital accumulate, increase liquidity and the potential volatility. So generally, if some big players or a lot of the traders start to invest money on a long or on a short, so the open interest is rising. So it is quite interesting situation for the future ascending or the descending trend. The probability of 25 basic points Fed rate cut on December is 90% based on polymarket rates. This also could have the positive impact on the market in general. And sentiment notes that the crowd now expect BTC to continue rising, so the people are waiting for the continuation of the Bitcoin rally, and especially Ethereum, because we have some good news regarding that coin. And also we have the quite positive information from the Ethereum. The Ethereum updated the Fusaka in the mainnet of the Ethereum, so to increase the scale of the network. If we will come back to the slide number on a 3rd place, on a 10th place. For this I'm so sorry, just make some mess. In the last review, maybe you remember, or if you don't aware about it, so after this big drop in the Bitcoin, it should have the recovery properly together with the United States market, in the United States in recession. But instead the opposite happened, it just drained straight down. So he will open the chart, I will show you what I mean. So on the Bitcoin. So in the last review we were here. This was really some kind of suspicion case, and it looks like major holders simply short market and don't want to exit their shorts. But for today, we have also some information regarding Donald Trump future decisions. And also one prediction was from the last review that Donald Trump's plan to take control on Fed. And Trump and his Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent actively trying to secure a majority of votes on the Federal Reserve Board governors. And next step to control over appointments of the regional Fed presidents. And generally, historically, every US president eventually gets the monetary policy they want. And Donald Trump has named Kevin Hassett as a potential Federal Reserve chair. And the probability of his appointment as the Fed chair is 83% based on polymarket odds. Kevin Hassett is the key economic advisor of Donald Trump, the director of National Economic Council at the White House. He is considered one of the main architects of the Trumponomics. He shared Trump's sharp criticism of the Federal Reserve for its expensively high interest rate and advocates for aggressive rate cuts. He also ties to the crypto industry. He worked on the advisor on the Coinbase and holds between 1 up to 5 millions in exchange. And as White House economic advisor, he played an active role in preparing recommendations on crypto market regulation. And the media notes that if he becomes the Fed chair, it could signal a shift in the architecture of financial regulation toward broader integration of digital assets. So it also have a good impact on the general economy and the future continuation of the future Bitcoin rally. Okay, let's proceed. Let's focus on the chart of the Bitcoin and the Ethereum. So in the last hour review, we were somewhere here, and our prediction was that we have the lower low here, and we have some potential movement to this low to make the fake breakout, or we will have the accumulation close to the level and continuing the downward movement. But Bitcoin is reversed on this very small and very thin support zone. I didn't expect this. So we see that a lot of hits of the price was in that zone, but right after we finish our review, Bitcoin is returning and make the good few momentums in a very short term. If we will look more closely, so we update our last high, so make once again fails breakout, so not continuing the movement, we can extend our demand zone here, and let's look at the 5-minute chart. So the general movement was quite powerful, was quite quick, with no major corrections or pullbacks. So there was small accumulation, then hitting the level, make the fake breakout, and here we have some mess in the chart, and probably a lot of people once again expecting the continuation of the movement, because we make the retesting of our very fresh support zone here. And if we will not repeat the same situation with the 90,000, so we capable to break this zone and continue our ascending trend. Let's hope so. We will not wait in the consolidation. How much? Let's calculate how much. It's 3 days. 20 from January it was 4 days. So we will not wait and make this movement much faster, which has more good impact on the altcoins. But when the Bitcoin is moving upward or downward, so this is not the best time for altcoin trading. So it's good time when the Bitcoin is make few momentums, few impulses, and after that he stand in the accumulation zone, but much wider here, because this zone is quite not give for us the understanding so what he will do, so it's too narrow. But if the Bitcoin, for example, will accumulate and fix over this zone, we could have some good in play coins in the altcoins. So for now we update our high. Now we have this on the 93,940. We have our support zone on 92,000 approximately, and so let's wait what Bitcoin will do in the nearest few days. The Ethereum looks much more stronger. So after this squeezing, so we see that we have this once again not very strong support zone. We break it and make the pullback to come back into the and accumulating above this zone and make a few good momentum movements upward. Right now the Ethereum is fixed over this mirror zone and looks much more stronger than the Bitcoin, and especially we have some good positive news for the Ethereum, so the potential of the movement for the Ethereum I think is much better. So, but of course our trading should not be based on the news or some fundamental analysis, so better to have some kind of good setup for trading, to understand where your stop loss, where your potential take profit, and then only enter the trade. For me, I don't see the entry point on the Ethereum, so I need more confirmation on the chart to trade the Ethereum. But if you swing trader or the day trader and you have some kind of system that gives for you the understanding what is going on and make this some prediction with the Ethereum, of course you can try. But for me, I don't see the entry point for right now. When I prepared this presentation, I would like to raise the question about the comparison, the stock and crypto markets, and make few slides to give the full picture and full analysis regarding the pluses and minuses, the risk evaluation, the strengths of it on each market. But I think it will spend much more time, and maybe in the future broadcast we will come back to this topic. And I prefer to focus your attention today on the trading new listings on exchanges. I already show you our Colibri Telegram group. Let me show it once again. This is official channel of the Colibri company, and here we have the topic with the name listings on all exchanges. So every day in the morning, so this list is updated, and you can find the plan for the different altcoins that should be listed on the different exchanges, and you can try to trend it. I think the listings is a very important part of the day trading situations, because it's have a lot of the benefits that gives opportunity to get the money from the listings. And let's briefly go through the few of them. High volatility, the high profit potential. So new listings often experience sharp price movement in the first hours of the day, and they creating a very strong and good opportunities for the significant gains. Strong market hype and attention. So there are a lot of traders are trading this coin, so you will not have the problem with the liquidity. So all the patterns are working, all the triangles, flags, and all the setups and patterns you can try and test to learn how it's work on the real market. Sometimes Binance effect they make this some kind of price boost. So after the listings, the price could be increased on this coin, and you can focus only on the longs which that, for my opinion, is quite easy to trade, much easier than to trade the shorts. Highest liquidity is among exchanges, so a lot of the market makers, a lot of the people are in the level 2, so you will not have the problems with the liquidity. In most cases, sometimes happen the kind of very thin coins, but generally it's good,